you're listening to the Mackay T Show podcast. Here are your hosts, Brian Mackay and T Davis.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mackay T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mackay T Show.
Welcome back to the Mackay T Show podcast. See, there was inauguration last week. I thought it went off well. I actually thought that the way they did, instead of using their time at night to do the ball and everything, because of the virus, they switched it up. Had a bunch of musical acts, Justin Timberlake, Bruce Springsteen, and the like, and just had them in different parts of the country. And I thought, obviously, they'll probably take a little bit of money. But we got the money. TV has the money. And I thought that went very well. I think that's something they should think about for future inaugurations.
Yes, because all of us can't make these balls. Y'all ain't gonna invite us. Y'all invite the people that give y'all money and y'all friends of friends in high places. And honestly, I don't think these people want to do all that wardrobe changing. And because I read Michelle Obama's book, and she talked about how, I don't want to say tired. I guess tiring is probably the right word, because apparently they have a bunch of balls that they have to go from one to the next to the next.
Right.
And that's just foolishness.
Well,
y'all got 4 years to think about it.
Yeah, and I think they should definitely consider doing that, in the future. But that ain't what I want to talk about as far as inauguration. I want to talk about Bernie Sanders and the fact
Bernie.
that he's everywhere right now.
Let
And
it
if you don't know
burn.
what I'm talking about, then you just live under a rock. Because Bernie Sanders and those mittens and their little legs crossed and just looking like he did not want to be there at that inauguration, he is now, he's popped up. I've seen him on the set of the Big Bang Theory, sitting in Sheldon's spot. I've seen him watching Jamie Lee Curtis dance on the set of True Lies. What's the name of the movie with her and Arnold Schwarzenegger? It just left my.
Yeah, I think it's True Lies.
I think it is too. Okay, so she's on the set of that. He's on the set of that. Let's see, where else was he?
He on when the white man sitting on that, like the beam hanging in the beam hanging. He on the end down there.
Yes, he has literally been everywhere, and I have enjoyed every second of it. It's just been hilarious to me where people can put them. And if anybody follows us on Instagram, follows our show, he's going to be on our Instagram post today. So get ready.
He's sitting next to Deadpool.
He is holding Deadpool. In one picture I saw where Deadpool is draped around him and he's got the mittens up on him. Oh man.
He is sitting in Jerry Springer's show. They back in the back fighting. He just sitting there with his mask on and his mittens. Mask and mittens. He ought to start something. Get the Bernie mask and mittens.
Well, what makes this even better is the fact that he has literally endorsed it. He is playing right along with the joke. They interviewed him about it and asked his thoughts, and he was very positive and just having fun with it. And he is actually going to auction off a picture, the original picture of him.
What, he gonna sign it?
I think so. He's going to auction off and give the money to charity. So that's all. That's all pretty cool.
Okay, how about the mittens sold out somewhere? Maybe in Vermont. What are we doing, people?
Oh,
but I know it. Bernie mittens. People, you should be buying mittens anyway. Mittens are far warmer than gloves. I don't think people know that. I am fully aware.
Yes.
They are far warmer than gloves. I guess people had to use their fingers for whatever. But give me a pair of mittens any day.
Well, yeah, that's all I really wanted to touch on with the inauguration and with Bernie.
Well, I still was. I was a little bit uncomfortable with all the touching and the half hugs but with them.
And I'm glad you said that, because this had nothing to do with what you just said, but it made me think of something else I want to talk about. these senators, I don't know what I don't know if they was auditioning for the next season of Comic View or what, but I thought that every one of them coming up there, it's like they were roasting the one before. And I said, listen, just introduce your. It's cold. It's raining. These people want to go inside and get out this cold. Just get this over with. I thought it drug on a little too long, only because I just think they. It's like each one of them wanted to give a little funny joke toward the next.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all not comics. Just leave it alone, baby. Just leave it alone.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't white. I miss Kamala's thing. I was flipping back and forth. I was just like, I'm just glad one person gone, and that was the best for me. That I didn't really need much else.
The young lady, Amanda Gorman, that's another one I wanted to talk about. As I said, I'm done talking about the inauguration. I thought about something else.
Like the Baptist
Uh,
preacher. I got one more. Give me a few more minutes.
the the Amanda Gorman, the lady.
Poet laureate, whoever. What is that?
Never heard
They
of it.
just make up everything.
I've never look. I sat there. I said, I don't know. I mean, I watch these every inauguration. I watch. I try to watch a little bit of. I've never heard of that in my life.
I was like, what? A poet laureate? What is that?
But I know this. She is more eloquent, or however you want to say. This is exactly I'm about to prove my point about what I'm about to say. Than I ever thought about being at any point in my life. So kudos to that young lady. I'm gonna keep her name, and I'm already following her on a couple of social media platforms, and I'm gonna watch to see what she does with her life because
Well, I ain't Brian better than me. I'm not. She'll pop up and I'll be like, oh, that's the only person. Look here. A poet laureate is a poet officially appointed by the government on conferring institutions, typically expected to compose poems for special events and occasions. So it sounds like she's gonna have some work to do. I'm sure something else happened. She needs to make a poem for.
I'm
Well,
so glad
this
you.
is my problem though. If she a poet laureate, what was Maya Angelou? Or poet laureate wasn't around when, when Maya was doing
She was
poems.
for laureate emeritus.
I can't. We can't. I'm not.
I'm sorry, I tickled myself. Anyway, um, so yeah, there was that, and the only other thing I want to talk about, other than WandaVision, which I want to spend a lot of time on, but we have a Super Bowl. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about that because I want us to get more into that next week because obviously we have a couple weeks before the game.
Well, they said
It
what they gonna do for the Pro Bowl.
looks like they're going to do some competitions, which I'm all for.
Okay, me too. But that
Individual competitions, that is.
show wouldn't sound like they was trying to sell it, like they wanted somebody to watch it, because they ain't even mention it. Maybe
Not
I missed it, because I didn't watch the second game.
well. As far as Super Bowl, like I said, we'll get into more of that next week and kind of preview the game. But I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers.
Oh my God!
And first of all, I haven't turned on ATV today, but I know all the sports talk shows are going to be talking about 2 points. I guarantee you. One is why didn't Coach LaFleur give Aaron Rodgers a chance to do something with that fourth down, put it in his hands? Two, now the pass interference that won the Buccaneers the game, pass interference call by the letter of the law, it is pass interference, but that happened multiple times throughout that game, and they didn't call anything. So I need the referee. This is why the referees get themselves in trouble. I need them to be consistent. Don't call it right there at the end of the game because it looks like something.
Well, it looked like they feet tripped over each other, and I thought that wasn't a foul.
But just in the letter of the law, it probably kind of.
No, I feel like I've heard like if it's incidental like with the legs, that is like you running, I'm running. That's not a. I can't make my legs do something different than if I'm running in stride and you running.
Yeah,
but that's not why they lost, in my humble opinion.
No, I misspoke. The letter of the law is not because they're supposed to be incidental contact, like you said.
Right.
But he calls it. But stuff like that was happening the entire game, and they didn't call anything. And even worse, I get blatant pass interference that they wasn't calling. And
All I know is Green Bay, y'all choked. You was at home. First of all, the defense. I mean, like it was that first touchdown. It was a little kind of lucky. The defender he kind of hit it, but the guy fell, kind of caught it.
right,
But you got 4 minutes, Brian. Even if I'm playing just on the video game, I'm trying to score. One thing I don't like about Green Bay, he be letting the clock run down to 1 second and pretty much hikes it after that 1 second.
mhm,
But you know that you might need the ball back. You know that you're gonna have to get 8 points. You did like your boy, he did drop that pass, but the chances of scoring eight, the 2 point conversion are low. So why are you not trying to score, like running your 2 minute offense? Try to score. Say defense, get out here and get us the ball back. We got 3 timeouts. We might can make this happen.
right.
No, you take all that time, wind up kicking a field goal, and then yeah, it happened. But ain't nothing to say that y'all was gonna have enough time where y'all was playing to go down there and score. I was like, this was poorly. Y'all didn't, and they both was pressing him and Brady because you could see they would instead of going for the short pass or all trying to go deep ball, and I was just like, bro,
Yeah, you
is that
text
the
me and
offensive
said both
coordinator or you?
both of them were pressing. You did. I remember that. I got that text from you
They
yesterday.
wouldn't even look like they wouldn't even Green Bay didn't look like they tried to run. And that fourth down you talking about, it looked like Rodgers had plenty of room to run, but he
All kind
decides
of
to throw the
room.
ball right back to 17. I'm like, Rodgers, you could have ran and got to the one or something.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there talking about they should have went for it on fourth down. He had third down. He had all, like you said, all kinds of stuff.
Yes. I'm like, bro, why did you throw that? So he was pressing, and his legacy. I mean, he don't won a Super Bowl, but people don't seem to really care about that in what 2011. The only reason I know that is because Matt in 2012, which I'm playing, he on there with the championship belt on his shoulder. Not on the cover, but on the intro of the game. That's the only reason I know that.
Very nice.
Shout out Madden 12.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
KC, all right, we'll talk about that later. Go
yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah. We're definitely
Look, I
gonna
ain't
get.
even know Chiefs playing either, but go Chiefs.
Yeah, they Buffalo just they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there again if they all stick together. They got a young team. It just wasn't their time. They're playing against a monster, and he was healthy. I was nervous that he wouldn't come into the game
Hmm.
healthy. The way he got rung to death last
Wobbling
week,
up.
but
That's stupid too. Please stop running the option with your quarterback. Your franchise did he kind of 10-year contract or something
yeah,
stupid. Let's not put him in harm's way.
yeah.
Thank you and good
Well,
night.
moving right along on this episode, let's just jump right on into it. WandaVision episode 3. I don't
I
know.
hope y'all watch these, and if not, this is the perfect time to go ahead and watch the first three in a row because I wish I could watch them all in the binge
If you
format.
have not seen them, if you not,
Yeah,
please pause and come back at this point, because from this point on, it is
we
spoilers,
telling
spoilers,
everything.
spoilers. Just a warning.
We ain't holding nothing back. Yep.
And let me just say this: I'm not a woman, so I can truly speak to this, but I'm gonna give my opinion anyway.
Oh Lord.
If all pregnancies went as quickly as Wanda's
Oh,
did,
that'll be beautiful.
I think that there would be a thousand.
We'll be overpopulated.
Yes, oh Lord have mercy, there'd be children everywhere.
We'll be overpopulated.
Because from procreation to gestation to birth, what was about 12
A
hours?
day, or maybe, maybe. He said it was gonna be Friday, but I don't think they really changed clothes and all, so it was faster than Friday. Remember, he said at this rate, when she started having the
Yeah, I was expecting his head to explode when he was trying to do that math.
yeah, and I was just like, well, not Friday.
So yeah, Wanda has had her twins, Billy and Tommy, Tommy and Billy, however you want to call them.
Let's go back to the beginning. The
Yeah,
intro.
let's start. Let's start with the intro. Go for it.
So the intro, I don't know the words, but it talked about we got something cooking, which is the baby. Like it had all the little words, kind of giving you, if you paying that much attention. I wasn't. I learned this from listening to other people's podcasts or whatever.
Yes. Hmm.
But I got something cooking, and just kind of go with it. Pretty much, just go with the flow, even though it's gonna be kind of awkward. Obviously, this baby came in 24 hours. These babies. And then they had the hexagons, which somebody was like, that is a shape for one of these spiritual creatures, some group. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all they were saying that, and it's also a part of the logo for AIM, which is Advanced something Mechanics. They the people, Justin Hammer, that came in Iron Man 2,
Hmm.
that was given the money for Whiplash to make all those weapons against Tony Stark.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's his group. Now he in MCU time is in jail allegedly because obviously he did a bunch of funny things, but he's in jail right now. Um, so I don't know if he's out. Obviously that could all happen, but yeah, that's
But
also that in their logo as well.
they play homage to the Brady Bunch this week.
Yes, Brady Bunch, and I think
Um,
the theme song, the jingle from the theme song is kind of Partridge Family type as
yeah,
well.
I could see that potentially being the part. I'm not. I'm about to go off on a tangent because that first Partridge Family song was awful. But go ahead. That's another story for another time.
So after we start off the episode, obviously with the doctor being there, checking, letting her know she's really pregnant.
And this is the first time that we transition from one episode to another. The
Hmm.
other ones kind of give two different. Like if you're watching a sitcom, you knew it was a different one. This one took off where the other one ended.
Yes, and um, I love the fact that obviously this goes back to my theory still that Wanda is being um, she's somewhere in some kind of trance or in some kind of machine, and all this is like a dream, somewhat.
I
Because
think she's trying to control her world. I told you this already. I'm keeping it simple. Y'all be going in deepness, deep thought.
I
I think she is in mourning because she lost her brother in Ultron. Then she had this connection with Vision. And not only did Vision have to be disassembled, but she had to do it because she was the only one strong enough to do it. And she don't know any other characters. Like at the end game, what Tony dead, Captain America old. She didn't know Captain America's buddy, like
right.
no like hang out or be in too many scenes with him. And we can say, y'all can say, well, in Civil War, they were kind of chilling and they had been working together, but she still had the connection to Vision. It wasn't really that she had the connection to any other characters, like Natasha Romanoff falling in love with the Hulk and whatever is happening with that. She's singing lullabies to get anyway. And then so now she all alone. Her parents dead. And so I think she has gone into the recesses of her mind and made her own little world. And I think these bad people hit what's the Mephisto?
Mephisto.
Mephisto don't snuck into her thoughts and trying to manipulate stuff. And that's why some stuff happened and she seemed like she out of control.
Right, because she is not, as we found out multiple times this episode, she
Yeah.
is not in full control.
Cause she tried to get rid of the stork.
And Stork wasn't
Stork was
he
like,
wasn't going.
whatever.
He wasn't going. And she also, and I think, and I've like you say, you listen to other shows. I listen to other shows as well. And I think a lot of the things that were going on in the house whenever she would have a contraction or whatever, and when she was getting ready to give birth, I think her kids are going to have powers, and I think they were causing some of that chaos as well.
Yeah, and so that was just a part of her like I'm in control, but this is my space and I've created this space, but I don't have full control of the space. And I can't wait to see because I guess we need to say basically so after the doctor comes, then the doctor leave and he make all kinds of misogynistic
That's where
little
I was fixing to go. Yeah,
statements. Go
the
ahead, buddy.
the
Go ahead.
time the time period definitely is played with when as far as his statement because he made it clear that they dumb it down for the women folk because
Yeah.
they show the babies as fruit to make it easy for them to understand. They start out at
Foolishness.
this one and they end up as honeydews, and.
And so he's misogynistic. He take him off and she there by herself and he come back and the doctor leave and her and Vision make the baby room and that's pretty simple and
Right.
he like, hey, won't you just sit down and relax a little bit? And did she sit down in that rock chair?
I don't think she ever did.
Yeah. She was trying to be happy. And which speaks to my thought that she just trying to be happy. That was the happiest she had been. And then she got these babies. Clearly, she don't even know they twins
No.
because
Right.
when we get to the pregnancy, she's surprised a bit that it's two of them. It's another one. Um, so they play in the baby room and it's all nice. And then when she have the first little contractions, then butterflies come to life because she had that mirror. It's not a marionette. What is it called that hang over the baby bed with the
Me and you had this discussion earlier. I can't.
whatever that thing. People,
Yeah.
y'all know when you have babies, you have something hanging over the bed
Or the
with
butterflies came
something
to
on
life.
it. Either it's got music and it moves or whatever. She had one with butterflies. Guess she had butterflies in her stomach. Ha ha. And they came to life. And she just let them out the window. She didn't even try to put them back. She didn't even try to fix that. She got the power to, but she just be like, "Oh well," and she opened the window and let them leave.
My favorite moment, funny moment in this episode was when her water broke.
Yes. Then our water breaks and it start raining in the house, and I'm like,
Yes.
"This is a hot mess."
When I saw the rain, I knew exactly
Yeah,
what it.
we all knew her water broke.
Yes.
Again, which should not be happening as fast because the doctor had just left and said what she was 4 months or
4 months.
something,
Right.
3 4 months, and now she a water breaking. Wait a minute, this is way too fast. Um, Vision don't know if he coming or going. He trying to read books to see like, okay, well if this is happening, you should be this far along, and water breaking, you should be this far along.
He
And
starts
he
giving the definition of Braxton Hicks contraction. I was dying.
a
Uh,
mess. Yeah, they throw that in. They in the kitchen. She doing something, and the breathe like the crazy breathing that you always see them doing on shows. I don't roll. I ain't never been in no Lamar's class or nothing, but that just seems stupid. Breathe that they was doing. um, I think one of the things that I liked about this thus far is the storyline is interesting and intriguing and one you guessing a lot, but I like how they paying homage to so much stuff
yes.
from the old school sitcoms and
Let's talk about the town people real quick.
hmm
When chaos is going on and she's having the contractions and the lights go out in the city and you have Dottie and her husband in their house. They cut to them real quick. Dottie asks him, "Does
do
my
these earrings make me look fat?" I was like, earrings, girl, stop.
lights cut out on him at that moment?" The husband, who I think is a perfect person for his lines, he says, "Oh, thank God." I think he doesn't have to answer now.
Like,
Um,
bruh, don't
yeah.
answer that.
So you have them. He's reading the newspaper. Newspaper is talking about fire hydrants, but the way it's bent is has Hydra written on it. That's all you can see is Hydra. The
Right.
commercial, same lady that's been in all the commercials. She's doing Hydra soap, which is about a soap. But that
But
actually
about
all
her
that
relaxing and being a queen and
right.
all that too. But go ahead.
It had all that in it, which is all tied to Wanda. But that actually I don't know if this was intentional or not because I don't know how closely Agents of Shield is with the actual MCU. But the TV show Agents of Shield, in season 4, I think it is, they go into a framework type situation where they're all different part. Hydra's in control of the world and this, that, and the other in the framework. And Coulson is actually a school teacher, Phil Coulson. And he talked about in the framework, he talks about creating his own soap because Hydra has soap that brainwashes you. He's convinced that that's what's going on. That's why they're in control of the world.
Yes, somebody brought that up. Yes,
So
in that
when I heard
podcast.
that, I remembered that from the episode. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. But anyway, uh, flash forward to outside of WandaVision's house. After the doctors come and this, that, and the other, you have Herb and Agnes out by the. Well, first of all, you have Herb cutting into the concrete.
At the beginning, he cutting the grass. I mean, the trimming the bushes,
And Vision calls him out on it, and he just keeps right on doing it like he's in some kind of.
and he cut through the concrete brick divider between their houses.
So
and then he just kind of looking at Vision like he possessed. And then come to find out, the thing behind him is a painting. I was like, wait a minute, I did not see.
The background is a painting. That tripped me out when I found.
I was like, what are we doing?
Because you're so focused on her, but you didn't pay attention to that.
Right. I did not see that. I did not see it.
But when Agnes and Herb are having their moment, they're actually, and you have to put on closed captions if you're not really paying attention to catch this, but they're actually having a conversation as Vision approaches them. They're having a conversation about Geraldine, who is Monica Rambeau's character, who is in the house at this point with Wanda as she's going through all her pregnancy stuff. They're having a conversation about her, like, did she go in the house? And Herb said, yeah, she walked right in. And she said, so she's in there with Wanda. They're just going back and forth. And then they start having a conversation with Vision about Geraldine. And Herb gets to a point where he wants to tell Vision what's going on with them. Basically, she's here and she ain't from around here, basically. Is what
she ain't from these parts.
Yeah, she ain't got no home. She ain't got no house. Ain't no family. And she's only here because, and he never comes out and says why. Agnes kind of shuts him up, and they go on about their business and keep on with the show. I don't know if he was fixing to say we're all trapped, and she's trying to liberate them. What he was about to say. We're all dead. I don't know.
Well, what I don't understand, why? Well, I guess her name Geraldine for something, but her name Monica.
I think somehow when she came into one or two things. Either she just made that up in a haste, or two, when she came into the bubble, is what I'm gonna call it, for lack of a better word. When she came into this reality, however she got there.
In Westgate, what's the name of this place when she came into Westwood?
Westview.
Westview.
Home is where you make it.
Right.
I think when she came into the bubble, somehow she kind of became like all the other townspeople. I don't really buy into that theory. I think she just made it up in a haste because she did look like she was flustered when she got asked the question. So she just kind of made.
Because we meet her in episode 2 at the town's little
at the housewife gathering,
talent show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she there, but that's the episode she in. Anyway.
Yeah, which is
I thought the rambling she was doing about her job.
Yes.
I was just like, bro, what is happening right now? Which you have shows where sometimes somebody be rambling and the person in the show is trying to do something and they are holding them up because they want to talk about whatever they want to talk about. And I guess that was just, but
I think she was trying to win Wanda's favor because she's trying to figure out what's going on in there. She's working. This is my theory. She's working for S.H.I.E.L.D. She has gotten herself in there. She is trying to figure out what's going on.
I think she worked for S.W.O.R.D. Remember, she got that necklace.
I'm not S.W.O.R.D. Yes, I'm sorry. I call them S.H.I.E.L.D. S.W.O.R.D. Yes,
Okay.
and I think she's trying to figure out what's going on. She's she's trying to win Wanda, kind of win Wanda over, and be friendly with her, so Wanda can kind of spill some things. But then she got herself caught up because she said one thing too many.
When she said
Yeah, well, the
that
Ultron killed her brother.
the Untron, cause she had that one baby, and we like, oh, okay. And
Hmm.
Jardine helps her deliver the baby, so we
Right.
know that she there to help. Like she not there to hurt her. She try to be helpful. Um, she I didn't like her walking around the house being nosy either. And then
Yeah,
she
she
go back
was
in
in and
that
out of
time.
rooms.
It was a lot. But anyway, which sometimes on them old sitcoms. Anyway, the one baby, and then the lady's like, oh, it's another one. Uh, and then the two babies come out,
Hmm.
and she's like, I was a twin.
Right.
And she say Pietro or whatever. And then she was like, he was killed by Ultron. And then I was like, then she looked at her, and that look, I was like, uh,
Wanda wasn't happy, and Wanda, the music changed and everything, and now Wanda is in close to full villain mode because she done
well,
become.
she back to uh, was it Red Witch, whatever,
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch. She looked at her like, what you say, helpful?
basically, and she has now thrown Monica out the bubble.
Right, and then after she says that, did she say, who are you or something?
Right, and then she talked
And
about the
then they go
world.
to that's when they go to the outside and show Vision talking to the black lady, I mean the black man and Agnes. I don't know what his name is, but
Herb. Yeah,
Herb talking to Agnes, and they out there gossiping.
yes.
And then the next thing when we go back, Lord, Geraldine splayed out outside the bubble.
And I noticed I noticed this, but then I heard other people talk about it as well. When she goes through the bubble, she has like a red like Q around her. So I think that's where she gets her powers because I think she becomes photon or spectrum. One of the I don't remember exactly what her Marvel name is, but she becomes a character.
Well, I would just said that the red hue is usually what Scarlet Witch when she makes her
Yeah,
magic. So I just was like, that's her throwing her out of that West view. Um, and the rewind. Now, this is what some of the guys that I listened to, they were like, when Vision asked her, "Are you okay?" or like, and it rewound,
yeah.
but it wasn't a typical like. Let me go back. It was like a cut scene, and then it went right back to where
Like almost like if you wasn't paying attention, did Disney Plus just mess up?
right did my TV jump skip.
Right.
Um, so they thought it was about that because the other rewinds when she do it seem to be a little, or she'll say something like, "Hey, aren't you helping?" or
Right.
whatever.
Vision help him. Yes.
So, can I just? I'm finna take it. This is a sidebar.
Go ahead.
I didn't know this lady was the sister for the Olsen twins.
Oh, you didn't know Elizabeth Olsen was
I had no reason to put all of that together. The
yes,
Olsen twins. I was little when the Olsen twins was doing whatever they was doing, and I remember them being a thing. And they're the Olsen twins, the Olsen twins, the Olsen twins. I don't ever recall them saying that them twins, because if it's two of them, if they twins,
that
haha.
they had a sister.
Um, yeah, that they had
They
any
don't
other
ever bring it up.
siblings.
They don't ever bring it up at all. It's
And I wasn't grabbing Elizabeth Olsen when they were saying it as, is she some kin to them? Because you don't hear nothing about no Olsen twins no more.
no, they do their little fashion line and they quit acting. So yeah,
So, cause I really Elizabeth. Let me see what she been in. Cause I don't remember her until to the Avenger stuff. I don't remember her ever
she
seeing her
hadn't
in
been in a whole
anything.
lot other than
Oh,
Marvel
okay,
stuff. I mean, she's been in a couple of different little shows here and there, but nothing, no big roles.
okay. Well, cause I was like, I don't remember you even being an actress before all of this.
Yeah,
But
and I didn't
she
realize
got a
how
couple of little shows under her belt.
she about what, 10 years younger than them? Because they're my age. The twins are my
Let's see.
age.
She, well, her first thing is started in '94, but that don't matter because you could be a child actress. Let me see if they got her. One of the things talked about her, not you remember I was like, where her accent go? Because I forgot she had an accent in Age of
The
Ultron.
accent came back for a second when she started talking about her brother.
Yeah, they said that she just blended in, and that's why she dropped it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we can go with that because I was wondering what happened to it. Because I had forgot she even had it. She hadn't used it in so long.
You want to
She
do?
was born in the year Michael was born, '89.
Okay.
Anyway,
Do you?
but yeah, sorry I got off
No,
topic.
you're fine. Do we want to do predictions for next week or this week?
Well, I'll just go and wait, and because Elizabeth Olsen did an interview and she said that in the fourth one,
It gets wild.
no, she said, well, the one I read it, she said you'll start to be able to see what's happening more.
Oh, okay.
Like you will, I guess something gonna be revealed where you'd be like, oh, we had it somewhere.
Well, like we said before we came on, we inside the bubble and outside now because we got to see what happens to
Yeah, we got to see what happened to Geraldine slash Max Maxine. She
Monica.
got
Yes,
Monica.
yes,
So see, here go with these names. You know I struggle sometimes.
yes.
Um,
This is gonna be interesting. I'm Friday. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to checking out the episode.
yeah, because let me see what she said. She said that the fourth one, it's on vision and disappointing. What's that? I actually, I wouldn't have watched it, Brian, if it weren't for you, because I really wasn't. I was like, I don't want to see no old sitcom kind of like. But now I'm like, okay, and I wonder why. I wonder is this a comfort? This is just in my version of what's happening.
Hmm.
Is when she was little and with her family, did they watch a lot of TV? Because
I thought that same thing.
why else would you be going back to? So she going to things that were comforting when she was young or whatever. I feel like in my mind again, she trying to manage her emotions of all the loss she's experienced. So yeah, that's why I feel like that came in. But
My prediction is that we're going to find out. What? Well, obviously, we're gonna find out what Monica's doing and what her whole situation is, and who. I think we're going to get a bigger clue of who's behind what's going on in this bubble. We're going, as far as what Wanda's going through. I think we're gonna get a flashback. I'm thinking there's gonna be some sort of a flashback that tells us, because I'm still holding out hope that we're under some kind of brain, that brain scan thing that the scroll.
yeah, they used in
Yeah,
Captain
and
Marvel,
I've been saying that since episode 1. I
right?
think that they're using that kind of technology to kind of put her in a trance, like you've been saying, as far as her, dealing with all her grief. And I think that's what we're going to see come out in this next episode.
Yes, I concur. I think I don't concur on this brain scan. I think again she is doing it. She started this on her own, and the bad villains have saw an opportunity to be like, oh, she's in this trance or she's in this world. Let's go into this world and manipulate it some kind of way and get what we want out of it. And uh well, based on what Elizabeth said, like that more you'll be able to tell more. I think that they gonna show we gonna be at. Oh, this is what's happening. I don't think they're gonna just make it crystal clear, but you're gonna get a hint that, like you said, yeah, she either sitting in some dream state, like sitting in somewhere depressed, but in her mind these things are happening, but she's sitting in a room somewhere.
Right.
And she has taken over the citizens of Westview, because that some explanation has to happen as to why they are outside of, because we saw the bubble, the setup like around like the shield did around that hammer.
Yes.
It looked like that set up. So her brain and all the power, because she's super powerful, and I think she done probably took over whole Westview City. Not intentionally, but Westview, where she...
Home is where you make it.
Westview. Home is where you make it.
Well, as always, I'm one of your hosts, Brian Mackay, and I am with
T. Watch WandaVision Davis.
And this has been the Mackay T Show podcast. Thank you for listening.
This is the Mackay T Show. This is the Mackay T Show. We talk movies and TV shows, sports and world news, coasting like on a world cruise. Hosted by Brian Mackay and T Davis. Yeah. You can't tame us. We're going to the top, we're becoming famous.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mackay T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mackay T Show.